Hello, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Welcome back to Terra 1, also known as Monarch.
You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. Soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret, I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
You need help, Tucker? So, we've been here in Amber Heights, where we have met Iconoquests, and they want me to go basically back towards the Stellar Bay, which I do not really want to do. Simple as that. What I want to do is continue going south because Parvati asked us to check this place, and this should be a big settlement which is called Fallbrook, if I'm not mistaken, where, as you can see, we have quite an amount of quests. Now, what I've noticed here on Monarch is the stark difference in lighting, in light conditions between the day and night.
South here, off the road and down this slope. We've got a decent trek ahead of us.
Because south, you say? I think it's mostly this way. So during the day,
Got it?
I can't see anything because I'm blind. During the night, well, it's so dark, I also can't see anything. Would have actually used it. I don't like this way, Nyoka. Really don't. Oh, it says Fallbrook this way. Ah, what are you doing to me? Why did I go forward then?
Watch it. These pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off.
I don't got much use for sulfur in my own work. Neat that it's here, though.
Mess with us.
Everything is fine. I'm making biscuits with our feet.
You got him.
What I don't like about canids is that they're usually more close as a pack. I might want to switch to Mr. Pickett's biggest game, to be honest. Because this way I can see where you want me to go. Oh, that is called a problem. My marker points to the mantiqueen. There is no two ways about it, is there?
I'm on it.
Here we go.
Oh my.
Huh. I've seen a sick queen before.
His journal. It details Mr. Pickett's ill-timed trip to Stella Bay just before the hazard clause went into effect and his attempts to hunt a mantiqueen to bring to Edgewater. So, I have recently arrived to a conclusion that I might not need to put points into sneak, at least for the time being. I do wish, however, to put a little bit in melee, at least for the next 3 or so levels, so that I can have a power attack. So that is what we will do right now. And we will put 5 into engineering over here. Mantiqueen carapace. It's probably junk, right? Right. Fallbrook Crossroads.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink. We're only halfway to the mountain, so might consider stopping in.
That's the idea, to be honest. Oh, there is a Fallbrook landing pad. That is so nice. That means that we can actually pick... yeah, I assume it's this big place. And that would allow me to actually call and replace maybe Parvati with Max.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Okay. Where am I? What is this place?
Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient. We're a leisurely stopover for the more adventurous spacefaring traveler. Understand?
Do I wear the same uniform that this guy?
Man, oh man, it has been a blue moon since I had to break out the hook'em spiel. Allow me to paint a picture in your mind.
Sure thing.
A parcel of pure paradise nestled beneath a waterfall within a mountain. We've got activities of leisure. We got proclivities for vice. We got booze and bets and non-communal beds. SubLight owned and run, so you know you're safe while you're breaking the laws. Check in at the saloon to start spending your bits now. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
Tell me about the amenities then.
No reservation, no problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, you've gone too far. Check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight.
Lilia sent me. Where's Catherine?
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? That sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit.
Breathe. It's okay. Do you know where Catherine is not?
She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise. Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
I'll be back to you.
Oh, well, this is certainly a town, I think.
Fallbrook's great. Anything you want, they've got it. So long as you've got the bits.
This looks like a vendor place. I wish to find the landing pad first.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? Boss lady told me to take the night off.
Nope, I'm beat. Just got back from delivering to that house with the strange family.
The ones that always smell like raw meat and got splotches of blood on them?
Yep, oddest thing. They started ordering cans of Borstwurst, but only if they come from the C&P factory.
Makes you wonder what the secret ingredient is.
No, don't tell me that cannibals are making canned meat nowadays. It's not like I will be surprised, but what the hell? These vending machines always catch me by surprise.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be
Cleaner, fancier, stocked with better booze.
cheaper. I've emptied 14-bit carts in the last 2 hours.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches like mad.
It most certainly does not.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, friend. See? There it goes again.
If you're feeling like the civilized type, the Waterfall's a good spot to wash your clothes.
Yeah. Initiating a remote landing protocol. Confirmation received from autonomous digital astrogator. Remote landing success. Authorized users, please enter your authorization code. Everyone else, if I catch you using this thing, I'm going to tie steel on your feet and throw you in a sulfur pool. Catherine. The most recent manifests. Outgoing. Anti-Cleo perishables. Attention Department of Engineering, Engineering. Incoming. Spaces choice perishables. Department of Sanitation and Security. Purchase request UDL 2007. Supplies delivery. Chocolate steroids. Okay. Now. I just want to rearrange my party, but I would also like to check if something is going on around the ship.
Hey! Should've get off the pot, damn it! Are you listening in there? You can't be hogging the facilities for 40 damn minutes! You ought to see Ellie. You got a condition or something.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I was contemplating if you do have some sort of condition or not. Apparently, not. Instead of Parvati, I will be taking Vicar. No. Huh. Huh. Now we can explore. Jocelyn Julius. There are mines in here. For crying out loud. Inspiration. I don't think I will ever need inspiration, but these are famous last words. That's why I don't have any special attacks. Because I'm pathetic. At 60 they give double the bonus. I'm not putting 60 though. I'm glad that they put some sort of stash behind the waterfall. It's very nice of them. Oh yeah.
Can I help you? Don't think we've spoken before. I would remember. You look, well, I wouldn't forget what you're wearing, no.
Why would we have spoken before?
Most of the freshies spend their first night in the saloon. Fresh to Fallbrook, I mean. Me? I've been here going on 3 days now. I'm real friendly. Figure I've talked up everyone in town by now. But not you yet.
Well, I'd like to ask you something.
Then I'd like to answer it. If I can, that is.
How did you wind up in Fallbrook?
Well, Captain Crowley wanted to take a pit stop. I'm the hired security, see? They pay me to guard the cargo, but right now the hull's empty. It's my first shore leave with the crew, and my maiden voyage before that. I can tell you it's been a real hoot.
Which crew did you say you're stationed with?
You wouldn't have heard of them. They're just a small pot of smugglers. Kept getting their spoils stolen when they went to fence them. So they hired on a merc. They didn't mind my being so talkative, or them being my first protection gig. Captain Crowley, he does ask me to shut it sometimes. In fact, I probably shouldn't be flapping my gums about his crew at all.
Any survival tips?
Captain warned us to take care around Devil's Peak. The bigger beasties tend to roam the slopes there. Mid-morning, I thought I'd try Fallbrook's self-guided wilderness hike, the one that leads up around the mountain. Safe enough, else they wouldn't advertise, right? Wrong. Scarcely made it back in one piece.
Sounds like you had a close call.
You can say that again. Wilderness almost got me pushing up daisies. If I wasn't so fleet-footed, I never would have escaped them raptidons, then marauders, and that mantiqueen alive. To outrun him, I had to ditch my bag. All the bit cards from my winnings were weighing it down. A shame, because it was my favorite gun tote.
Somewhere on the route around Devil's Peak there is a bag with money.
Look for the horns and you can't miss it. Even I saw them when we flew overhead.
Horns?
Massive curved stone peaks, if you want to get technical. They're a part of the mountain terrain.
That's all for now.
Right then. Very well.
Requires a key to unlock. Fallbrook domicile key. What else do you have in here?
I'm going.
Determination. Let's break this one down. Metallicis gel. What does this thing do? Oh, apparently I have one. This one? Armor rating. For 20 seconds.
Be right there.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
So that puddle I stepped in? That wasn't beer.
Oh, Risa sells pink clothes. Sorry, gold clothes. So my assumption would be that this is the main place.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Duly noted.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Huh? Why?
Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch. But financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can... what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
So you're dodging the authorities.
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity.
Figures.
Plus, SubLight keeps this place running remarkably well, and they sure drive business our direction.
What else can you tell me about your policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
Outrageous statement?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
Disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
That's all I needed to know.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
Got it. I have so many of these cartridges and I probably need more. Oof. Don't shout at me. Okay, I cannot do that. Can I do something like this? Their sounds make me scared. As well as their presence, to be honest. Recent records. Bird Whistle Ahmed. Claim loss of a gentlemanly honor and good name. I enter into a wager with several chaps at Billingsley's regarding the nature and composition of the Spacer's Choice product tarmac and cheese. I was quite certain the product did contain actual tarmac, and my companions wagered that it surely did not. Lo and behold, investigation into the matter revealed that I had been the victim of a gross misunderstanding. Yet how was I to know what manner of fare commonly factory workers eat? And how could Space's Choice be so irresponsible as to advertise that its product contains stomach when it clearly does not? The damage to my reputation has been most grievous. I find myself unable to return to my previous haunts for fear of the stares and chuckles that will follow. My honor as a gentleman has been called into question, and has the nature of my relation with livestock. Resolution denied. Improper form walk. Claimant forgot to say the magic word. Fanny Cartwright. Claim. Loss of one fingers. I've been an assistant saw operator with C&P for 5 years. Most of the blade guards broke last year and management never replaced them. I lost my left ring finger last week as a result. Resolution denied. Negligible damage. Claimant is right-handed, so the magnitude of this loss is minimal. Updated claim. Loss of 3 fingers. The saw I was working came loose yesterday on account of CNP skipping routine maintenance checks. The accident took 2 fingers from my right hand and another from my left. Denied. Self-disqualification. Claimant was missing a finger from a previous incident and should not have been operating sharp machinery. Loss of 4 fingers. The late shift left several crates and screwed and the field no cat minute. Claim unintelligible. Got it. Filed on behalf of CNP. Loss of 1 workers. Assistant saw operator 16G Cartwright F lost several digits due to carelessness and negligence. She failed to heed prominently posted warnings about the state of our safety equipment, and her resultant injuries have decreased our factory's productivity and led to multiple stress headaches for management as we've struggled to reshuffle workers' schedule around 16J. Resolution approved. There are quite a lot of named characters around this place. I'm overwhelmed, so let's go and try to steal something. that is the collection of limbs. Why do you people place nice memorabilia on the places where you observe it? So unfair. How's an honest thief supposed to snatch it? Hmm? Wait a second. Where is the third guy? Where did the third guy go?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here?
You're not.
Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs.
To where?
I'm not entirely decided. If I'm being honest, I think I'd fancy a visit to Tartarus, so long as it's under the shield of my fantastical imagination.
Carry on then.
I offer high quality and low prices. Pick one for your purchase. If you bloody it, you buy it. Store policy.
Who's the top dog in these parts?
Town SubLight owned and run. Caters to a variety of clientele. The one you want to avoid pissing off the most is Catherine. Prove bad for her business, and she'll kneecap you without a second thought.
Town built into the side of a mountain. You don't see one of those every day.
Yeah, and? Do I look like the city planner? I wasn't exactly consulted on the blueprints when Catherine started building out Fallbrook. But now that you mention it, I reckon she had her reasons to hide us.
From who?
We got smugglers, outlaws, mavericks, and Byzantium socialites flying in and out of Fallbrook all the time. Why openly spit in the board's eye?
Why are the socialites?
They're so self-important the way they strut around, preening and flashing their pricey gadgets. Makes for easy marks. Keeps our pockets lined with bits.
Let me see what you've got for sale. I'm looking for unique weapons and quest items, and you don't seem to have any. Speed grip and sure grip.
I test every product myself to assure maximum customer satisfaction. If you doubt it, I can show you my lower back rash.
Why do I wanna see
No
that?
rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
SubLight datapad, the personal datapad of a SubLight contractor. When a SubLight contractor dies on the job, their aggressively non-sentimental teammates sell all of their possessions to maximize profits. This could explain why most SubLight contractors tend to work alone. It's hard to partner with someone who often weighs how valuable your corpse might be. And a damaged UDL datapad. Corporate datapad with UDL branding from the plasma burns and specks of blood marring the device. Its previous owner refused to part with it until, to quote, over my dead body. This datapad contains the personal journal of Mercer Cole, a low-level SubLight contractor. Most entries pertain to slagging his teammates or complaining about small payment contracts. The last entry reads, "Can't believe we found Alavite gas in a hibernated Rezo lab out in the dust bag. Olivite, Whatever it's spelled, it's worth a shit ton. Who'd use that to make candy? Looks like old Gertie's hunch is gonna prove out. Not that I'll ever tell her so, the way she goes primal at the slightest hint of criticism. Too much product for us to transport. Gonna need a ship to smuggle this off-world. Probably need Lilia Hagen to send a team. No way Miss Malin can handle this job out of Fallbrook. Been working on Remy, plying him with the pale kale ale he likes. Figure if I get him nice and sloshed, he'll tell me the password into that place. Did some exploring while he and Gertie were testing the gas. Found an old elevator shaft, a lab coat modded into a hidey spot for some dandified weapon. Thing's probably worth enough to make me a right top ranger after I go back for it. Oh, Mercer getting himself to Byzantium, you can bet it. Can't let Remy or Gertie find out about it. Gertie'd go all full burn and demand I split the profits. Remy he'd probably send me to the boneyard and keep it for himself. The screen is cracked and most of the keys are non-functional, fused together from plasma damage. All but a few entries are unreadable. Of those remaining, only snippets can be viewed. Entry 1. Corporal Sober, you are reassigned effective immediately. Must report to Site Safety Commander Sanders by 1600. Transport provided by non-corporate contractor. Reliable. Proceed overland to research factory east of town designation Fallbrook. What kind of poor facility is this? I'm never accepting a promotion again unless it comes with a gilded. Hastity keeps losing her damn keycard. Expects me to find it for her. Not her Swain. At least Powell is easy on the eyes. Alarm went off again before I got a chance to try the weapon. Seen anything like it? Chastity used it for a damn prank. Now Sanders is gonna lock it up and I'll never... Perfect for crowd control, easy to maintain order in the township once they get their hands on glue. So I have weapons from the void. There you are. Have I been over there? Yeah, it's the insurance place. Right.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was, stars, I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
Who's Arthur? Gentle people?
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Sure. I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm going.
first I will probably take everything that is not bolted to the ground. That might interest me. Day 152, location something, conditions fair, code penning log. I can't believe I'm still stuck in this law-forsaken town, but at least I think I may have finally found a spot with promise. Down the tunnel on the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. I wonder if I can find a dentist who'd pay something for the teeth. Riverbank outside of
Sounds
town.
like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Yeah. Why do I have 2 markers? Okay, so one of the datapads mentioned the Cascadia and another mentioned the facility, right? Now that was about Evita gas. I'm not sure I saw any Cascadia mentioned here. Alright, let's go meet the boss.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. Catherine send you back here? On second thought, it's best if I don't know. What's your order?
What's Glacial Age whiskey and why do I ask about it?
No, I don't have any... Ugh. If it's only a drink you're after, the full bar's upstairs. This here's the ante up, where you place your bets.
Huh?
Tossball, autoloader races, card games, you name it. I ain't picky. And neither is Catherine. We'll both break your legs if you lose, then shirk on paying.
You do you, boo. I found Catherine. A tipsy spread venom vendor discovered. Okay. Okay, some beds.
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story?
Well, it's the strangest thing, really, but I was frozen in space for 70 years, and then one day...
Let me just stop you right there, stranger. my question, it's not one I really want an answer to. Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand?
How many are we talking?
More than you can afford at this time.
I'd like a drink. I have 30k and that does nothing. Nothing. They just still like... No. Huh. Yeah, you might not like it if I try to poke into your terminal. Hi there.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Crude, but forthright. I admire that.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
If by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manti dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Actually, I'm the fixer for your SubLight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago.
Well.
Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Right, the Alta Vita stuff that Lilia mentioned.
So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Define safe.
Meaning safe for me and my crew. Seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk.
Are you kidding me?
Hold your thrusters. I ain't even got to the tricky part. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
Our sawbones Ellie could probably cook something up.
I shall leave the details to you. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Good thing we have an engineer. Pavati will handle it.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I might be interested.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit. and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts, in his gut, or his production lines ought to make do.
I think she wants the factory, so that is a silly thing to ask about it. Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
Say I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
And if I wanted to kill him?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Okay.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Let's go see Duncan, but then we will return to this lady.
Remind me never to get on Ms. Malin's bad side.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown you in the waterfall.
My dry goods come 75% guaranteed mold-free. Was that 75% mold-free? No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the CNP factory.
Not so fast. My biometric IDs are special goods, only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
That's why. The secret of your illicit dealings is safe with me. Cross my heart.
Well, you do look like the honestly dishonest type, by which I mean my favorite customer. Give me a jiffy to break. I mean, calibrate the ID. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers. Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
No, I'm good.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
Efficient, clever, ruthless. I like her.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Sanjar said, something about a corporation operating in secret on Monarch.
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the northern bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
Now check it out.
And I'll thank you kindly for it.
empty man and the last row of Halcyon Helen. The empty man should be outside. It's not.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
Oh. And I was afraid we need to go outside for that.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
What the hell? What's going on here?
This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
Maybe he didn't know the book was in French.
Oh, he knew. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Okay, I admit it. I was tired of your high and mighty speechifying all the time. It was just a joke, I swear. I didn't mean nothing by it.
See, Captain? I've dealt with this swine before. I know how he thinks. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Max, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
That does sounds kind of flimsy.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
What do you say, Vicar?
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway.
Take Max to the Hermit and Scylla.
Could I have a moment of your time?
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
I can certainly appreciate that in the dialogue the face is lit up, because I was afraid that we're standing in a cave and everything is dark, but in the dialogue the face is lit up. Thank you for that. Never mind that, but why did you feel the need to lie about Cheney?
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
Don't lie to me.
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
What was it like being in prison?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
Let's move on. Now, we're done with this part, which is nice. Errors unseen. Oh, that is actually so convenient. Now, unfortunately, I do not need Max anymore. Little memento is quest of Nyoka. She will stay on the Monarch in my company. This place is interesting. And then we will need Parvati probably. Okay. Do I want to try to take Sam for a spin? We don't have much time in this episode left. Probably another 10 minutes or so. Famous last words, I'm sure. But I'd like to take Sam for a short while at least.
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment.
I would have said get a room, you two. But I think you did, so...
I'll lock up behind you.
Why, thank you. Usually I pick my companions so that I have necessary skills boosted, right? And I did not think about that at all right now. I have lie and intimidation, okay. Some hacking from Sam, so that is fine.
I say, all that screaming in the red light.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Mentipila.
Sam, I've got a question. Do you use alcohol as a cleaning agent? I've heard some folk do that.
Alcohol-based cleaners can compare to Samson Ray Acid Spray Premium Nozzle Attachment. Installation available for as low as 9 payments of $99.99 bits.
Is that a yes or a no? I can never tell with you.
Warning, liquid is caustic. Keep out of reach from elderly customers and lab sprats.
Whoa! Watch who you're calling an elderly lab sprat, you bucket of bolts.
This place is just crawling with enemies.
Entering quiet mode.
This thing is extremely bright and you cannot see anything like this thing over here, but as soon as you move mouse down, then it works fine. It's very disturbing, I'll tell you that much.
I'd stake my reputation on this being an ambush.
Nasty.
Nasty. Strangely dressed marauder. What's so strange about his dress? Tech skills. I don't see anybody's on this side. A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Smuggler's tunnel. Can I pass this thing? Oh, I actually can. I wonder if I can actually use my favorite skill of them all to pass mines. I can. My lord, it actually works.
Mega messy.
Did he just say mega messy?
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed.
Who are you?
How'd you get past my traps anyway?
I've got moves.
Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing out here anyway?
Let me take a look at your wounds.
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago.
I wanna know what happened here.
Catherine had us making drops for some big shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
Looks like that turned out well.
Yeah. I guess the Marauders noticed because they were waiting for us. Blew the bridge and took off with the goods.
Where'd they go?
Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you've got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
Armor rating, caffeine drink, mind attributes +1. Might be helpful sometimes in dialogues. Are you trying to tell me it is already... Yeah, it's losing value fast.
Purify.
Oh, that's what controls them. Right? God damn it. Oh, I also have weapons from the void over there, so I might actually consider going there indeed.
Units air purity. SAM units are deodorizing, disinfecting, and best of all, lethal to contagions.
I love this guy. I just love this guy. But I think it is time for us to wrap the episode. Now, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that is the case, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day there, and bye.